Hi, welcome to my stream. Today we're gonna do Love in Deep Space. We're finally going to pull on the new event banner I've been waiting and putting off. I think I have like 115 exercise pulls worth, and oh my gosh, maybe we wait for Zayne to be on the screen and I pull each time. I don't know. That might take too long though, and it will get longer with the more boys that there are like gonna be in this game eventually. So maybe not. Maybe I'm just too scared to pull right now, and I'm just procrastinating. Okay, let's go. Okay, first 10 pull. Let's go. Fingers crossed. Okay, nothing yet. I should skip these. It'll take too long. Okay, we got a Caleb card. Do I have that one? Oh, I don't. Or I do. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's do... Oh, he was still on the screen. Maybe the screen doesn't move like while they're still on it or something. What was that? Ah, a Xavier card. They did it somehow. Oh, Zayne's card story was good until the end. Maybe they got tired. You know how they got tired and then they just like, you know how writers be. Okay. Let's try again. This is 30. I don't think I'm gonna have the insane luck that I had for Caleb's pulls. Okay. 40. Manifesting for Zayne. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so, because then we can get this done like and just out of the way quickly. Like, I stop at Zayne practically. Well, I might go a little further for the outfits. I might try to get 2 Zaynes for the outfit. The white outfits, I think, make them look like a K-pop boy band going through their edgy concept. Specifically Vix. They look like Vix, okay? I can't be the only one who thinks that, right? Okay. This is 50. You like the guitar? Yeah, the music is very like intense. Okay, 60. I'll consume diamonds. 60. Your favorite is where the writer finished before getting to the climax and went, okay, they went. Yes, exactly. You like those kinds of fics. Okay, I think that was 60. Okay, we're on a guarantee now. 60, 70. 70 pulls. Oh my gosh. Please. Fingers crossed. Please give me Zayne. Please. I'm so scared. No! Don't curse me, Chippy. Hi, Chippy. Welcome in. It didn't lag when you opened shorts on vid. Okay. Oh my god. So we got silence instead. I don't know how I feel. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this. Other than I guess Beck has to hate me now. Oh my gosh. Beck did not want that for me. So maybe 2 5 stars? No. Oh my god. We gotta keep going. Okay, that was 70. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Beck, you cursed it when you said that. Curse of Caleb. Is it cursed? I like Caleb, but I'm on a guarantee now. Oh, we can claim these. Okay. Get some wishes. Okay. 80. Please, just early, please. It finally stopped lagging. I'm glad. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so anxious right now. 80. Oh, that was Zayne growling. 90. Early? No. 90. Okay. We're into the hundreds now. What are these? Oh, I can get the hairstyle. What is this? Is this the oh, the outfit. Okay. But now we can get the hairstyle. Okay. I'm fine. That was 100, right? 110? Oh no, I'm running out of pulls. I think I'm gonna have to like go into negatives because we're not walking away without a Zayne today, guys. I got the mullet cut. Yeah. Oh god, I can't believe I got Silas though. That's so unfair. Okay. Okay. This is 120 now. I think the punishment for going over is probably should be like double or something, right? Which is unfortunate for me. This one is not being as kind to me with the pulls as the last one was. I got so lucky during the Caleb pulls. Yeah, minus 10 is double. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. Okay, how many pulls are we at? 120. Oh wait, it's only 120. Okay, hang on. I'm at 120. I'm only 5 over right now. I'm only 5 over, so that's 10. So minus 10. I'm at minus 10. I'm at minus 10. We're counting. I'm trying to figure out the exercise pulls more than I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. 100 and the 20, 20, 30. 30. Minus 30, guys. So remember for me, I'm at minus 30, okay? I'm at minus 30. Okay. Oh my god. Hi, Zayne. Now can we get Dark Zayne to come home? Yay! About time. Oh my god. He looks like he's in pain. Aww. Poor baby. It says congrats. It says congrats at the bottom here. Why? When did they add that? Oh, is she on top of him? What is happening? What is this proximity? Okay. Oh! Oh! She is on top of him. Well, it'd be fun to figure out how the heck that happens later on. What is my model doing right now? I'm scared. Okay. Alright. Alright. What? I don't know what's happening either. Yes. The snowflakes. Oh my gosh. Hog, thank you guys. Yes. The precise wish, we can reset it, right? It's still gonna be Zayne. I'm single-minded, guys. I don't have other preferences. Okay. We're gonna finally do Zayne's story. I have Zayne and Silas. Maybe we'll save Silas for like a different date. What's it like to get I'm sorry. Okay. Let's just watch it. Let's start, right? Immediate disorder. I forgot to read the description. It's fine. It'll be fine. Whoa. Okay, someone's in trouble. Oh my. He sounds so angry. So this is Tokyo Ghoul, from what I understand. This is just Tokyo Ghoul. Oh! So he's a good guy. He's a good ghoul? Okay. The ice shards pierce his body and silence him.
그거야 내 알바 아니지.
I like that tone. I like that tone of voice. Okay.
보스.
Are we the boss? Troubled. Mi-young stares at the words case closure report form on her computer screen. Her junior leans over from her workstation and calls her out in a low voice. Yes, I will read his lines. Shush, we're still in the office. The borough chief might nag you if he hears you.
알겠어요, 수사관님.
All right, Miss Enforcer.
아까 국장님의 말씀을 엿들었는데 어제 의원 피살 사건은 우리가 조사하고 있던 킬러 소행이 맞대요.
I just heard the borough chief say that the serial killer we're investigating murdered the councilman yesterday.
이번에도 이대로 사건을 종결하고 더 이상 수사하지 않겠대요.
He also said that they're closing the case and aren't pursuing it any further. Why does this keep happening? She turns her attention to the serial killer's file and starts reading it. The suspect is male, real name unknown. The Lincoln City Bureau of Investigation, or LCBI, gave him the codename Galen. Over the past 5 years, Galen has been responsible for numerous crimes targeting political figures and business tycoons. Is it Galen or Gallon? Whatever. In addition, there have been eyewitness reports of Galen killing predators who have lost their minds across Lincoln. After conducting multiple on-site investigations, the LCBI has determined that Galen isn't an ordinary person. He's a predator, an SSS class 1 to be exact. This is the highest threat level one can receive. It's Galen, okay.
항상
You named him Galen
수사가
because they hate him?
진행될 때
Fair.
사건이 종결되네요. 그런데
Oopsie, I cut her off. Whenever we're halfway through an investigation, they close the case, but Galen is strange too. He's a predator, yet he's killing other predators. Have you finished analyzing the security camera footage I asked you to check a few days ago?
그럼요.
Of course.
이것 보세요.
Take a look at
갤런의
this.
마지막 종적인데 하성구의 아케소라는 진료소를 지나갔어요.
The last record shows him passing by Axo Clinic in the Southern District. What? Hearing that familiar name, she can't help but freeze for a moment.
네, 아케소요.
Yes,
왜 그러세요?
Axo Clinic. Oh, what's the matter? It's nothing. Did the security cameras get a clear image of the serial killer?
아니요. 그
No.
주변을 잘 아는지 CCTV 몇 대를 전부 피했어요.
He knows the area well and avoids all the CCTVs.
갤런이 전에 하성구에 살았을 수도 있지 않을까요?
Ah, okay. So in Korean, it's pronounced Galen. What do you think? Is it possible that Galen also lives in the Southern District? You have a point. If it really is him.
그런데 이 CCTV도 다 작년 거예요.
But the
그때도
footage is
못
all from last
찾았는데
year.
지금 이걸로 찾을 수 있을까요?
We couldn't find him then, so would we be able to find him now? She pulls out a stack of papers from her desk and flips through them. These are the files of Galen's victims that she's been investigating. Whether they're well-known businessmen or political figures, all the victims have one thing in common. After the predator virus outbreak 5 years ago, they were involved in its secondary transmission. They even profiteered from the situation. The killer's motive is now obvious. The murdered councilman from last night was one of them. I like I'm trying to figure out what type of story this is, I guess. And I like the detective mystery element of it. Investigating Galen will inevitably uncover the shady deals of powerful figures. No wonder the LCBI keeps insisting I close the case immediately. Cowards. So this is like Batman. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not at all. Her phone freezes. A travel ad pops up on the illuminated screen. The dark romance. I don't read a lot of dark romance, like in terms of like novels. So yeah, this will be interesting. She taps on it and a scene unfolds. Vast snowfield, spruce trees covered in fresh snow, and a snowman wearing a scarf. Maybe I should just walk away from this. Why should I care about what happens in Lincoln? I might as well move to a place that hasn't been touched by the predator virus and live a carefree life. I can start over from scratch. Where did that come from all of a sudden? Like, where did that come? What is this writing? She sighs and her gaze falls onto the surveillance footage her subordinate gave her once more. It was the only lead on Galen that the LCBI managed to obtain in the past 5 years. It's been a long time since I heard the name Axo. Zayne, I wonder where he is now. After careful consideration, she picks up the motorcycle keys from her desk and stands up.
혹시 아케소를 조사하러 가실 거예요?
Are you perhaps on your way to investigate the Axo Clinic? She gives a small smile and gently guides her back to her seat. I'm taking some time off. Can you let our chief know? What do you mean taking some time off? Who just takes some time off? It's very inelegant foreshadowing, or she's a bit ADHD. It could be. She goes to OXO clinic. Of course, she can't openly admit she's investigating a case that was ordered to be closed, especially when it involves many crucial secrets. The streets of the Southern District feel strange yet familiar. Before long, she finds herself standing in front of OXO clinic. As she pushes open the dust-covered glass door, it feels like a switch is flipped in her mind. Fragments of memories rush in at the same time. It all started 5 years ago. Flashback. Okay, it started 5 years ago. At the time, she wasn't an enforcer in the Northern District. She was a bounty hunter, scraping by in the Southern District. She took whatever job she could get. In an unexpected turn of events, she was bitten and wounded by a predator. She spent what felt like an eternity searching for a clinic. Clutching her injury, she finally collapsed at the doorstep of OXO clinic. Interesting. The pain slowly subsides. It subsided. It seems her wound was treated and bandaged. In an unexpected turn of events. You know what? Considering they all have mullets, isn't the mullet the actual mark of a predator? She should have known. She should have known him by his mullet. In stark contrast, In stark contrast to the gentle hands that had carefully treated her injury, their owner's face was as emotionless as a glacier. Was I unconscious for a long time? You're...
이선,
Isan.
방금 질문에 대답하자면
To answer your previous
오래됐어요.
question, you slept for
벌써
a long
3시간이
time.
지났으니까.
3 hours have already passed. I thought doctors were supposed to have good bedside manners. This guy didn't get the memo. If you see a mullet, you know they're a vampire ghoul predator. Yeah, exactly. Her eyes drifted from the open until 10 p.m. sign on the wall to the clock. It's midnight. Her gaze then shifted to the side room where she saw several pet carriers of various sizes. She was cared for by a vet. Dude, she is a raccoon. A kitten suddenly jumped onto Zayne's shoulder. It leaned down to look at her straight in the eye. Am I in a vet clinic?
착하지?
Be nice.
내려가.
Get down. Looks like he treats cats better than people. He's autistic, that's why. I mean, what? She moved her arm a little bit before getting up to leave. A bottle of medicine was quickly thrust in front of her.
상처의 통증이 심할 때 먹어요. 하루에 최대 2알만.
Take this when the pain gets bad. 2. Yeah, no more than 2 a day. Whoa, this medicine looks expensive. An AU where cats like Zayne. I know. He must be so happy here. No thanks. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't afford to buy it. I guess healthcare here is pretty bad as well.
무료인데?
But it's free.
생일 축하해요.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday? He placed the medicine bottle in her hand. Huh? What?
의료 시스템으로 당신의 정보 기록표를 봤어요. 생년월일이 오늘 날짜로 적혀 있던데.
I saw your patient profile in the system. Today is the same day as your birthday. It's heroin.
이건
For the heroin.
선물이에요.
It's a gift.
표정을 보니까
Judging
기록
by your
해상 날짜는 진짜 생일이 아닌가 보군요.
seeing your expression, that information doesn't seem accurate. Zayne is right. It's a date she randomly made up while filling out forms as a kid. She can't believe it's actually today. Wait, what? I guess. Oh, right. I did put 420. Oh, God. As she looked at the bottle of medicine. But does she tell no one else what her birthday is and no one celebrates her fake birthday? Like, she has some kind of friends, right? Like, there's no way that, like, she just literally never remembers her birthday, right? Okay. Anyway, I won't. That's a minor detail. Not nitpicking. As she looked at the bottle of medicine in her hands, which was elevated to a gift, she hesitated. Then she decided to keep it to herself. I reacted that way because this is the first time I ever received a birthday gift. Again. Okay, I know she's lying.
잘 가요.
I see. Goodbye. His dismissal was so sudden that it stunned her. I like that. I see. Bye. She forgot her fake birthday. How many years ago did she make that up, right? She said as a kid. She said as like a kid she made up that birthday. So like I don't know. Zayne's back already faced her. He was seated at a microscope and she couldn't help but reveal a small bewildered smile. Thank you for the gift, Dr. Zayne. The date might be made up, but what she said was true. This was the first birthday gift she'd ever received. Does she have no friends? She has a secret. A few years ago, a radiation leak in a lab in the Northern District triggered a wave of psychic disturbances that soon swept over Lincoln City, warping the minds of ordinary people and turning many into violent predators. One bite from these predators was all it took to spread the infection, transforming others in their wake. Fear settled over the city, and in an instant, no one felt truly safe. However, she's immune to this disease. Zayne discovered this while treating her wound. After that day, she found herself frequently visiting Oxo Clinic to gauge Zayne's reaction. But he never said a word about it. He silently protected her secret. Interesting. That she's just immune to this disease. Why? A radiation leak spread a psychic disturbance. Yeah, this is crazy. This is a little rushed. They're rushing a little bit. Oh God. Through her frequent visits, she discovered something about this taciturn, seemingly aloof veterinarian. Zayne is also a predator. And just as he kept her secret, she remained silent about his condition. Their shared secrets brought them together at Oxo Clinic. Even though Zayne rarely initiated a conversation, he never asked her to leave. Time flew just like that. Before long, she had to say goodbye to him. So she just visits his clinic and bothers him. Years pass. Oh God. Dr. Zayne, the familiar figure, was still hunched over a microscope. She walked into Oxo Clinic with her pet turtle in her arms. Zayne slightly tilts his head to glance at her. I'm sorry, I'm just switching to present tense. This is crazy.
무슨 일로 왔죠? 다치지 않았네요. 거북이도 멀쩡하고.
You're not hurt, and the turtle seems in good condition too.
무슨 일로 왔죠?
Why are you here? I'm leaving. I wanted to say goodbye in person. His hand pauses on one of the microscope's adjustment knobs. Zayne turns to face her. This goddamn turtle. Where? I'll be heading to the Northern District, the LCBI. Here. She shows him her phone screen with the job offer from the LCBI with its official seal at the bottom. For some reason, he's unusually quiet. Don't look so sad. I'm only moving to the Northern District. I'll still visit you whenever I can.
손 줘봐요.
Give me your hand. Why?
수사국 사람들은 포식자와 자주 접촉하기 때문에 오염을 방지하기 위해 정기적으로 혈액 검사를 받아요.
Oh. The LCBI staff frequently interacts with predators. To ensure their employees don't become one, they conduct routine blood tests.
비밀을 계속 숨기고 싶으면 손 줘봐요.
If you want to keep your secret, give me your hand. While she's skeptical, she trusts him. She offers him her hand. He quickly brings out a tourniquet and secures it around her arm. How do you know? It wasn't mentioned in the recruitment posters or the job offer.
거북이가 책상에서 떨어지겠어요?
Your turtle's about to fall off the table. Even though she knows it's a distraction, she still turns to look. As she reaches out with one hand to catch her turtle, Zayne swiftly inserts a needle into her other arm. Ew! Bright red blood slowly fills the syringe. She can't help but crack a joke. They say blood gets predators really riled up. You worked as a veterinarian for years. Has the sight of blood ever made you go into a frenzy? I also heard that some predators have an activator planted in them. When they enter a frenzied state, finding that activator is the only way to calm them down. Is this Omegaverse? Do you have one by any chance?
굳이 피 뽑으면서 나랑 그런 얘기하고 싶어요?
Is this what you want to talk about while I'm drawing your blood? It's not like I have other predator friends to talk to.
가만히 있어요.
Stay still.
내가 그렇게 쉽게 광폭화되면 지금 여기 앉아 질문할 기회도 없었을 텐데요.
If I got so riled up so easily, you wouldn't have a chance to just sit here asking me these questions. Once he's done taking her blood, he walks over to a cabinet, retrieves a few small vials, and returns to his desk to mix something. A few minutes later, he gives her a bottle of capsules.
한 알이면 2시간은 버틸 수 있으니까
One capsule
검사할
lasts 2
때 대처하기
hours.
충분할 거예요.
It should be enough to get you through a medical investigation. You know, I secretly thought you lacked bedside manners when we first met.
친절을 바란다면 나가서 왼쪽에 또 다른 진료소가 있어요. 거기 가면 친절한 의사가 있을 거예요. 친절을 바란다면
If you
나가서
want
왼쪽에
kindness,
또 다른 진료소가 있어요.
walk out and
거기
go
가면 친절한
right?
의사가 있을 거예요.
left. You'll find a better, like a better physician there. Oh, that won't be necessary. It turns out my first impression of you was wrong. I have first-hand experience with your care now. It's just, you should smile a little more. You'll look more approachable then.
평소에 바빠서 그럴
This is
시간이
actually
없어요.
Omega first. I'm too busy for that. Wait. What did she say?
평소에 바빠서 그럴 시간이 없어요.
I'm usually too busy for that. After tidying up his desk, Zayne walks to the building's entrance and flips the open sign to close the clinic for the day. The sunlight outside is inviting. She sits on the steps by the clinic's entrance and tugs at Zayne's sleeve. She gestures for him to join her. Despite his apparent reluctance, he sits down next to her. Aren't you curious about why I want to join the LCBI?
말하고 싶으면 하세요.
Tell me if you want to. Well, I feel like Lincoln is my home. I grew up here and I want to do something for it. As a bounty hunter, I can only do so much, but as an enforcer, I might be able to make a difference. She raises her hand until her fingers appear to bridge the gap between the northern and southern districts. She touches the corner of the LCBI building in the distance.
상성구는 여기보다 100배는 위험하니.
The northern district is 100 times more dangerous than here. Be careful. I heard from other bounty hunters that you're from the northern district. Is that true?
네.
Yes. I guess we'll eventually run into each other in the northern district someday. It'll be something to look forward to, Dr. Zayne. How far is this northern district? Like, what? After that, she's swept up in a whirlwind of work. She barely has a moment to catch her breath. It isn't until her first vacation that she finally has a chance to return to the southern district and visit Zayne. But he's gone. Oxo Clinic is covered in a thick layer of dust. The aloof doctor vanished into the distant memories of her past just like that. Although it's been 5 years, the memories are as crisp and clear as a freshly printed document. 5 years? 5 years? What are these time skips? What are these time skips? Oh my god. Inside Oxo Clinic, everything remains in the same. Every piece of furniture and item is in the spot she remembered them being in, all familiar to her like the back of her hand. The investigation comes first. She scans the room, but before she can activate her iris scanner, the door behind her bursts open. I should have paid more attention, because now I'm like trying to piece together this weird timeline. To understand their relationship. Oh god, more scene skips. In one swift motion, she draws her gun and turns. She aims her weapon at the intruder, but he sneers and raises his hand in mock surrender.
수사관, 자기 편도 몰라보나?
Enforcer, you can't recognize. You don't even recognize your own colleagues.
아, 이젠 자기 편도 아니지.
You're not one of us anymore. With a wave of his hand, the enforcer signals his teammates. She's surrounded by a swarm of enforcers with their weapons pointed at her. What do you think you're doing? Are you here to arrest me? Where's your warrant? And who authorized this? As if he's been waiting for her to ask, the enforcer produces a formal document with an official stamp.
수사국에서 당신이 포식자들이 사용하는 불법 약물, 즉 광폭 화재를 밀수한 혐의를 밝혀냈어.
LCBI has evidence of your involvement in smuggling an illegal substance, frenzy enhancer. You should have filled out that time off request properly, right? Jesus Christ, this girl. What? I never...
이건 해직 통지서야. 당신을
This is your
체포하라는
termination
지시와
notice.
체포영장 모두 국장님께서 직접 결제하셨어.
Wow. The borough chief himself signed off on your warrant and in order to be apprehended.
잡아.
Give up. She tries to resist, but it's pointless. She's outnumbered in this situation. Someone framed me.
할 말이 있으면 감옥에 가서 해.
Say that
친절하신
in the
교도소장께서
prison.
네 말을 들어줄지도 모르지.
Yeah, say that stuff in the prison. Maybe our kind-hearted warden will be more amicable to your story. Imagine having to make up a crime to throw her into prison. Literally just use any of her actual crimes. Honestly, yeah. You don't have to frame her for anything. The LCPI usually interrogate suspects before transferring them to the prison. Throwing her into a cell like this, something's not right. As a theory forms in her mind, she can't help but let out a bitter laugh. First, they shut down my investigation. Then this happens. They must be desperate to cover up their schemes of profiting from the virus.
0905 나와.
0905. Out. Come out. Why?
교도소장님이 보자고 하시는군.
The warden wants to see you. She begrudgingly follows the guard through the long corridor as they make their way to the second floor.
자, 이제 끝이야.
교도소장이 시체조차 남기지 않을 테니 우리가 손댈 필요도 없겠군.
Okay. Catcalling in the prison. Not surprised. The prisoner's shrill taunts fill her ears. Annoyed, she shakes her head. She looks at the cells around her, each one a predator she arrested over the past 5 years. Each one? She knows all of them? They threw me into a den with my enemies. I guess they want me to disappear without a trace. You're getting on my nerves. Can't you all just shut... A bone-chilling cold suddenly surges up from the ground. This prison is all thanks to her, right? It's as if everything is frozen in place, yet she can move around freely. The shouting around her has stopped, but she doesn't know what happened. Wait, what did he just do? Did he freeze time too? Oh, on the second floor's corridor of the prison, a tall figure stands in the darkness. His face is obscured. His coat is huge.
조용.
Silence. A biting chill permeates the air as the prisoners are frozen in thick layers of... He just froze! He just froze everybody! That can't be healthy. I think he just killed... I know! You were loud, here's frostbite. Oh my god. A biting chill permeates the air as the prisoners are frozen in thick layers of
입을
ice.
다물 자는 벌이다.
This is the punishment for not being able to keep your mouth shut. Wow.
저 여자를 내 사무실로 데려와.
Take her to my office. It's kind of cool to hear Zayne's voice like that, though. Not gonna lie. Very sexy. But what the... He turns and leaves, and she only catches a glimpse of his retreating figure. But that's all she needs to recognize who he is. Zayne? Why is he here? Sometimes I don't know what's happening in this game.
함부로 돌아다니지 말고 여기 앉아서
He's
기다려.
so wide he doesn't fit on screen.
교도소장님이 곧 오실 거다.
Sit down and don't try anything funny. The warden will be here soon. You shackled me to this chair. I can't move even if I wanted to. He's gonna give her a checkup. She listens closely to the guard's footsteps fade away. Once she knows he's gone, she quickly twists her wrist and frees herself from the restraint. He really made sure they were tight. My wrists are killing me, and this chair is as comfortable as a rock. If they were tight, how did she get out? Whatever. Whatever. Her eyes are drawn to the leather chair behind the desk. Without hesitating, she turns around and makes herself comfortable. She crosses her legs as she sits. Now this is better. Large stacks of files are meticulously arranged on the desk by size. A few loose papers are perfectly aligned at the corners. They're held in place with a paperweight. Her right hand can easily reach the pen holder because of its current position. As she sits here, she can almost imagine Zayne's workday. From veterinarian at Oxo Clinic to warden, it looks like he found his own path during these 5 years. She wheels the chair between the bookshelves and scans the contents. Among the tomes is a small box. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Are these candies? Just as she leans in to get a closer look, footsteps resound outside the door. Of course he's got candies. Of course he's got sweets. She rushes back to her original chair and picks up the discarded restraints. Panicked, she tries to put them back on. So it looks like she never moved. This girl has no plan. Ever. Does she? She just kind of waltzes around doing whatever she wants. But she's a second too late. Hello. Dude, he looks good though. Not gonna lie. Like, this is a good look. It is huge, but like, dang. As Zayne walks into the office, he sees her in the middle of wrapping the heavy restraints around her arms.
뭐 하는 거죠?
What are you doing? He's tired. I'm helping you check to see if these are working properly. What about you? Why are you here? Being a veterinarian didn't work out, so you became a warden instead? They skipped, I'm sure, what was a touching scene of her discovery of Zayne's a vampire in order to show us MC trying and failing to reshackle herself. I know, right? This is just a joke. To mask her guilt, she decides to go on the offensive and question Zayne first. Her guilt?
그쪽은 수사관 업종이 불경기라서 교도소 수감자로 전업한 모양이네요.
Oh, okay. I suppose it's also difficult to be an enforcer since you switched career paths. I see prison happened to be your first choice. What did he actually say?
그쪽은 수사관 업종이 불경기라서 교도소 수감자로 전업한 모양이네요.
Ah, it seems like in your case, being an enforcer was so difficult that you decided to go to prison instead. All right. Zayne walks to the desk and methodically empties the evidence bag. Her enforcer badge and phone emerge. He then retrieves a file box from the bookshelf and places its contents on the desk.
광폭 화재 밀수?
Smuggling frenzy
수사관
enhancer?
생활이 생각보다 더 힘들었나 보네요.
The life of an enforcer is more challenging than I expected. You should get new cuffs. They only took 10 seconds to chew through. Dude. She takes 2 steps forward and closes the file. I was framed. I've never done stuff like that. The LCBI's procedures are strange this time around. They never presented any evidence or witnesses. I didn't even get interrogated.
위조된 죄명에 위조된 증거와 증인을 제시해봐야 큰 의미가 없죠.
Oh. When the charges, evidence, and witnesses are fabricated, then presenting any of them is meaningless.
그쪽이 말한 규정에 맞지 않는다는 건
And as for the irregularities that you mentioned,
이 절차를 모르는 대다수 사람들 눈에는 수사국이 그저 범죄를 저지른 내부자를 엄벌하는 것처럼 보이겠죠.
to most people
규정에
observing,
맞지
it
않아도
seems they're just eager to punish
내부 숙청을 진행하는 거라고 공언할 수 있어요.
this employee. They can easily spin the story to the public as them responsibly cleaning house. Yeah, true. So, are you siding with the LCBI warden? You don't plan to release me? I had no idea a person's guilt could be decided so easily. I'm impressed with the justice system's efficacy. She deliberately says each word slowly, defiant. She furrows her brow and locks gazes with Zayne. Will I have a better chance of achieving, or will she have a better chance of achieving her goal if she stops here and involuntarily brings up the past? Maybe. But she can't bring herself to use their time together as leverage in the situation. She doesn't know why. God, she's dumb.
이것부터 들어봐요.
Let's listen to this first. Zayne slightly lowers his head, reaching into a desk drawer and pulls out a voice recorder. He slides it across the table toward her and presses the play button.
수사국 내부자 목소리는 나보다 더 잘 알겠죠.
Oh, these are voices from within the LCBI. You would know better than me. The borough chief, the operations sector manager, and the enforcer who arrested me. The recording details the entire process of a plot to frame her. Her arrest and imprisonment are their crowning achievements. Jesus. I can't believe it was all conveniently in this recording. Well, I don't expect this every day. I get to listen to people scheming against me.
명성 높은 사람일수록 시기 질투를 많이 받는 법이죠.
The higher the position you're in, the more eyes are on you. I barely had the chance to shine before they decided to get rid of me. What a grand spectacle I turned out to be. You don't plan on handing over that voice recording, right? By letting me listen to it, you're trying to see if you can make a deal with me.
두뇌 회전이 빠른 걸 보니 역시 시기 질투를 살만하네요.
Okay. Yeah, you're quick on the uptake. I guess is probably the best translation anyway. There's another expression I want to use, but I can't think of it. So you're quick on the uptake, It seems that you've matured since the past 5 years. Okay. Zayne proposes she becomes his informant within the prison. Her objective is to get close to a certain prisoner. His name is Levi. He is a former, or Levi, whatever. He's a former employee of Ever's Biological Sciences Research Department. 5 years ago, he was involved in a series of classified experiments. Rumors suggest that after experiments, the predator virus first appeared in Lincoln and began to spread uncontrollably. I do not understand.
내가 필요한 건 그 연구원에게서 당시 비밀 실험에 참여한 인원의 명단을 얻어낸 거예요.
I do not understand how this virus works. It's okay, first of all, it was caused by a radiation leak. But somehow it is a virus and the virus causes psychological like mutations. How does any of this fit together? You need to obtain a list of personnel from him. It will ideally name everyone involved with the classified experiments. Of course, it's all on a list.
능력이라면 일개 연구원의 신임을 얻는 일쯤은 어렵지 않겠죠.
With your investigation skills,
일이 성사되면
you should be able to gain his trust.
누명을 벗겨줄 수도, 새로운 신분으로 위장해 임천실을 떠나게 해줄 수도 있어요.
Okay.
선택해요.
Okay. Once you complete the task, I can clear your name or create a fake identity, and have you leave Lincoln City. You choose. Noticing her hesitation, Zayne sits down and slides the voice recorder towards her again.
녹음펜을 아예 당신에게 넘겨주고 내보내줄 수도 있어요.
I could give you this
하지만
and let you
당신을
leave.
노리는 자들이 가만히 있지 않겠죠.
However, the people targeting you aren't
다음에
going
또
to give up so
모함을
easily.
당하면 그땐 단순 수감만큼 간단하지 않을 수도 있어요.
You'll have the misfortune of getting more than just a prison sentence next time. Actually, I want to hear how he said that.
다음에 또 모함을 당하면 그땐 단순 수감만큼 간단하지 않을 수도 있어요.
Next time that they catch you, it might not be as simple as a prison sentence. Okay. And they can do a blood test for immunity, but conveniently, Zayne knows how to make a pill that makes her fool the test. Also, like, how can they make a blood test? Because it seems like she's the only one, right, that is immune to it. So, like, how... Like, it seems weird that there is even a blood test where... Yeah, the whole thing is crazy, right? They didn't spend a lot of time, I feel like, thinking about this. They were just like, listen, we just want ghouls. What if I told everyone that the warden is a predator and he's secretly running a prison filled with other predators? She knows it's an empty threat, but she can't help but push her luck. Why?
한번 해봐요.
Try it.
사람들이 교도소장을 믿을지,
See how many believe you.
광폭 화재 밀수범을 믿을지.
Will they believe the warden or the prisoner accused of smuggling frenzy enhancer? Agree. I don't really have a choice, huh? You're less like a doctor and more like a wolf wearing a white coat. A very thick coat.
고마워요.
Thank you.
칭찬으로 받아들이죠.
I'll take that as a compliment. She takes the voice recorder. Her frustration is obvious as she racks her brain for a way to gain the upper hand in this conversation. I don't know. Okay, here's my thing. If I understand this correctly, he wants to help her get free on the condition that she helps him get a list of personnel related to classified experiments for this whole big issue that has affected their entire city, which she was also interested in helping. Like, basically, he's saying, I'll let you free and even help you escape if you help me with this thing that we both want to solve. And she's like resisting. Like, why is she resisting? It's like all for show, but like she has no reason to actually resist. She wants the same thing. why we can't have nice things. I overthink. Okay. We'll discuss what happens after our deal once I succeed. If you want my help, then you should let me set some
그래요.
conditions. Sorry, let me
내가
set
할
some
수 있는
conditions.
범위 안에서라면.
So long as we're within my jurisdiction, we can discuss them. In that case, what is this? I want a private call. I want to freely move around. I want special meals at night. I want my pet turtle. This is insane. She wants to flee the country and go on vacation. Good point. That ad really had an effect on her. Like she yeah, of course we're gonna pick pet turtle. But like what are these conditions? You go from like reasonable to gradually more insane. You know what I mean? This list is like you go from reasonable to the gradually more insane. I just can't. I want my pet turtle. I want you to bring my pet turtle here. Sure, it'll live for a long time, but that doesn't mean it can survive without food and water. I also don't have anyone who can take care of it at my place.
그러죠.
All right. I'm okay. I just can't. Yeah, we're just like kind of skipping through. This is like, okay, this is like when you're trying to watch like a series that you really enjoyed the first time you watched through, but like on the second watch through, you just want to skip to your favorite parts. That's what this story is like. Oh, you can ask for all of them. Okay. And I want special meals prepared for me every night. The slop they serve in the prison cafeteria is too miserable for my stomach. How many nights has she been in this prison? I was under the impression this was her first day. What? This is when you're writing a fanfic, but you really just want to skip to the juicy scenes, right? Fried chicken, barbecue skewers, hot pot, steak. Don't you crave food like that after spending so much time in prison? What the heck? MC, you're nuts. MC, you are nuts.
난 수감자가 아니라서
I'm not a prisoner.
나가면 먹을 수 있어요.
When I can leave and have all of those things. Then why don't you take me?
안 돼요.
No. She tried. I want to freely move around. Okay, aside from the usual prison stuff, I want to freely move around.
뭐 하려고요?
What will you do? Or what do you intend to do? She narrows her eyes and reveals a mischievous smile. I can do a lot of things. Maybe I'll walk around when I'm bored, or I'll secretly observe the warden all day. What?
그럼 실망하겠네요.
She's so flirty.
교도소장의 하루는 별것 없거든요.
Oh. You'll be disappointed. My work isn't anything to observe. My work isn't interesting to observe. Considering our need to monitor certain individuals, however, I suppose I can allow it.
하지만 순찰하는 교도관도 인정해줄지는 모르겠네요.
Whether or not the guards will cooperate, it's hard to say. Oh! Basically, he's like, if you get caught and beaten, that's not on me. All right. What does she mean by the prison stuff? Like classes? I know, right? What is happening? So like, remember that K-drama I was talking about, the K9, or the K2, sorry, not K9, the K2, where like the security guard like love story, like they kind of like the author, the script writer just kind of gave up on writing scripts and was just like, here are some scenes, make this happen. And then like it was up to whoever was, on set that day to figure shit out. Even they did a better job than this. Oh my god. I want a private call. A cell. Oh, I thought that was a call. I want a private cell, preferably one quietly tucked away in a corner. Zayne rubs his fingertips as if to contemplate. She doesn't know if she's imagining things, but she can see a hint of amusement playing at the corners of his mouth.
그래요.
Right?
다른 수감자들과 격리시키면 소란을 피울 확률도 줄어들겠지.
That will lower the chances of anything happening with the other inmates. I'm the textbook example of a law-abiding citizen. I would never stir up trouble on purpose. Uh-huh. If there's one thing that I will say about Love in Deep Space though, is it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, at least the dialogue is written in such a way, at least this part, right? Where it's very funny and I am laughing. It's like almost like when you're hate watching something, right? Except I don't really hate this, right?
그쪽을 건드리는 사람이 있으면 얘기가 달라지겠죠.
When it comes to your own self-defense, it's a different story. She holds out her hand to Zayne. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Warden. Oh. Why'd he get close?
잘해보죠, 스파이 아가씨.
Okay. 잘 부탁드립니다, I guess. Before I forget, I have one more thing to add to my list of conditions. Can I take this box of candy with me before I go? What is wrong with her? Smirking, she points to the container hidden among the books, and for the first time, she sees a crack in Zayne's usually stoic expression.
그래요.
All right. Oh my god. She's testing all of it. I know! That's the thing! Like, he's not even being unreasonable with most of these requests, and she is pushing all of the buttons just because. It makes no sense. He's literally like, help me with this thing that you already kind of want to do. And she's like, no. I want a turtle and I want my candy. Like, what is wrong with her? The scene was actually really well done. Zayne was just indulgent the whole time. He wasn't scary. Also, she chewed through his cuffs. Yeah, no, like, the thing is, like, I find it very entertaining, right? So I'm not, like, really complaining. I just think it's very silly, right? Because it's like, if you read it, you're like, there's a tone. The tone is this very serious negotiation. She's a tough cookie, right? But then, if you actually pay attention to any of the dialogue, you're like, she's insane. You know what I mean? It's like they set a certain tone, but if you actually pay attention to anything that's going on, you realize how silly it is. And it's very funny. So I do enjoy that. Okay, the prison the warden manages is under the court system's jurisdiction. All captured predators in Lincoln are there. The warden himself is mysterious and rarely appears in person unless it's absolutely necessary. The fact very few people have seen him was often discussed in whispers during her time in LCBI. Now that she thinks about it, his reputation for being mysterious and rarely appearing probably stems from two things. First, Zayne has always been that way. And he needs to hide the fact that he's a predator. I feel like the second part is kind of undercut by Zayne has just always been that way. His reputation for being mysterious stems from him always being mysterious. That's what this sentence is. They know that. The sentence is literally, his reputation for being serious probably stems from him having always been mysterious. I don't know if that's a localization issue or just like the original writing issue, but Jesus, man. And I get to randomly kill 3 guards or prisoners per day. Denied, you can only kill prisoners. There's no way she believes working with Zayne will go smoothly. But no matter how much she prepares herself, she didn't expect her first challenge to be, oh god, what is it gonna be? Oh god, they have the goofy music. Do you want to sit with me, boss?
누님, 저런 말은 듣지 말고 내 쪽에 와서 앉아요.
Not boss. Not boss. Not boss. Nunim. Nunim. Do you guys remember Nunim? So Nuna is older sister. Hyung is older brother. Hyungnim, right? Being like the older brother, but of like a, you know, probably a gang or an organization. So basically, yeah, she has somehow earned the respect of everybody to the point that they're calling her Nunim. What is happening? In the cafeteria, she stands with her tray. She's not sure how to deal with the eager faces blocking her path. Yeah.
누님,
Nunim.
말해봐요. 어떻게 교도소장의 신문에서 벗어났어요?
Oh, I don't think I liked how he said that. Listen to this.
누님, 말해봐요. 어떻게 교도소장의 신문에서 벗어났어요?
Oh my god. The Korean voice acting team is always great. They're so funny. 누님, tell us. How did you survive the warden's interrogation?
누님,
누님,
경험담 좀 들려줘요.
let us know your
누님처럼
secrets.
살아 돌아온 사람은 처음 본다고요.
You're the first one we've seen come back alive.
죽었거든요.
Everyone else who's met him has all died. What has Zayne been doing in this prison? I think I read that line very well because I don't think there's any other way to read that line. No one assumes that she's a mole immediately. Zayne is just that murdery. Yeah, dude, he just well, he did. Remember how he earlier passed by and just casually murdered a bunch of people for being too noisy? I can see that. I can see that. These inmates are probably two-faced. They'll say something else when my back is turned. I shouldn't get too involved with them. Excuse me, move out of the way, please. I don't have anything special to share. I'm more concerned about getting food in my stomach. She's about to shake them off when she spots her target. Levi is standing in the sea of people. Lots of spearing and freezing. Yeah, oh my god, this is so silly. Well, if you really want to know about my experience, it's nothing too extraordinary. She clears her throat, and sure enough, Levi turns his gaze towards her. I'll make my presence known for now, then I can try to talk to him in private later. First things first, you need to keep your cool. Don't let him see you sweat if you're negotiating. Then you need to have a useful skill or two, like lockpicking. Is that what she calls chewing through the handcuffs? Trust me, when you're restrained to a chair, knowing how to pick a lock can be the difference between life and death. A familiar chuckle rises from the crowd. For a moment, she thinks her ears are playing tricks on her. When she finds the owner, she knows she's not seeing things. Zayne is standing in front of her. However... Oh! Oh! Why? What happened? Oh my god. What? ... is the only response. It is the only correct response.
누님, 이 녀석도 신입이에요. 무슨 짓을 했는지 몰라도 각종 범죄를 저지른 포식자라고 들었어요.
Nunim, that guy's new. I don't know exactly why he's here, but they say he's got like a lot of crimes under his belt.
여기서 밥 먹게 자리 좀 비켜주겠어?
내 구역을 뺏겠다고? 초면에 겁대가리를 사무실에.
Oh my, hang on.
여기서 밥 먹게 자리 좀 비켜주겠어?
Want to get out of the way so that I can sit here and eat? Wow. Okay.
내 구역을 뺏겠다고? 초면에 겁대가리를 사무실에 놔.
He's already marking his territory. He's got guts. Lots of chatter in the background. All right. In his own prison. And none of the guards give him away. I mean, I assume he's told the guards, right? I assume he's told the guards what he's doing. But, can he not play a prisoner without dressing up like this? Is this the prisoner's uniform? Zayne, what kind of prison are you running? She is shocked. I am too. I am shocked too. Then she looks at Zayne and mouths to him. Don't tell me you're here just to see me squirm. Zayne glances in her direction but doesn't respond. Instead, he calmly navigates through the crowd and sits next to her. He starts eating his meal as if he doesn't have a care in the world. Alright, show's over. Beat it. I need to talk to our new friend here.
감옥에서도 잘 지내다니.
You're doing well
역시.
behind the bars.
수사관답다고 해야 하나?
As expected from an enforcer. Well, I have someone's notorious reputation to thank for that. One quick trip to the office put me above everyone else.
그 소문을 말하는 건가요?
Are you talking about those rumors?
포식자를 진압하는 데 필요한 조치일 뿐이에요.
They're just deterrents against predators. She's about to chuckle at his remark when she notices Levi is still watching her. She quickly composes herself and looks at Zayne with a stern expression.
당신을 알아보네요.
He knows who you are.
근래의 유명인사인 수사관님.
You're the
뉴스
renowned
매체에서
enforcer John.
당신의 포식자 체포 실적을 여러 번 보도했죠.
Oh, the media's already covered your exploits in apprehending the predators. Imagine the bonus of walking around prison dressed like a bondage slave. I know, I can't. Oh, then did you watch the reports?
보도가 너무 많아서
There were so many
항상
of them.
보이더군요.
I couldn't avoid it. I bet the headlines only talk about the murder of that councilman now, though. She observes Zayne's face to see if there's any sort of reaction. Unsurprisingly, he remains unfazed. He doesn't even pause in his meticulous efforts to remove every last carrot from his meat. He still hates carrots. The autism prevails, guys. He's still a picky eater. So even the high and mighty warden is a picky eater.
편식은 누구든 할 수 있어요.
Anyone can have food preferences. Be honest with me. Why are you interested in that list of personnel?
당신한텐 그게 중요한가요?
Is that important to you? Of course. We're working together, so we should at least be honest with each other. You seem to know everything about me, but I'm in the dark when it comes to you. This kind of one-sided partnership doesn't inspire confidence. Zayne sets down his chopsticks, and his expression becomes solemn.
포식자를 치료할 수 있는 치료제 제조법을 되찾기 위해서죠.
I need to recover the solution that can cure the predators of their disease. Oh.
정신변이 현상이 발생하기 전부터 이미 코어 광맥을 연구하는 실험실에서 이 물질이 그러한 현상을 유발할 가능성을 발견했어요.
Okay. Long before everything began, it was already discovered that the lab researching the protocore veins was the cause of all this.
치료제 제조법 개발이 거의 완성되어 가던 때였죠.
The formula for the solution was also nearly complete.
그러다 에버 연구부가 비밀 실험에 개입한 이후 방사능이 유출됐고 제조법도 함께 도난당했고요.
And then Ever stepped in and conducted those secret experiments that the radiation leak occurred, along with the theft of the formula. Okay, so you believe the culprit is involved with those experiments? Nods. They nods. It's possible, but how do you know all this?
내가 연구진 중 하나였으니까요.
I was one of the researchers. Yeah, he hates. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Zayne, like the very first meeting that we have with Zayne and his bond, he's picking the carrots out of his food. He really does not like carrots. And it is a common joke that he does not like carrots in a lot of his stories and cards and stuff. Very funny. And I sympathize because I also hate carrots. Huh?
이제 상황을 알았으니까 안심됐어요.
Now that I've been honest, do you feel more secure? Her chopsticks freeze in midair as she's about to eat. She's stunned by this bombshell that was so casually dropped. Her brain short circuits for a moment. Gathering her thoughts, she braces herself. She tries to ask more questions while pretending to be calm. So he's a researcher. Oh God. So he's the same here. He's a researcher, former researcher, turned vet, now a prison warden. Jesus Christ. Sir. Who are you? I need a list of names so I can recover the formula for a cure for the virus caused by the radiation leak. Is he just gonna murder them all? Honestly, yeah. So the murders of those officials and businessmen who profited from the predator virus were also because... Wait, how did she reach that conclusion?
시간 종료.
정말 훌륭한 수사관이 되었네요.
You certainly become quite an investigator. Wait, one last question. Okay, he has 3 doctorates. But like, how did she reach that conclusion? Okay, because no. There is nothing in this indicates that he is responsible for the deaths of the businessmen. Other than maybe, like, because, like, okay, I guess if he was a researcher, he knows everybody. But no, because the people profiteering came after. They came after his I was a researcher plotline. So no, there's nothing that indicates... Oh, whatever. One last question. Oh. As he gets up to leave, she grabs the hem of his shirt. What shirt? What shirt? What shirt? Why are you pretending to be a prisoner?
내 스파이가 감옥 안에 적이 많은 것 같아서요.
My informant seems to have made a few enemies here. My spy. She already thought she knew the motive. Oh god. You also said what shirt? Yeah, because there's no shirt. It's nap time. It's nap time. Of all the sentences to start. Ah. Okay. She lies back on the bed after feeding her turtle, but she's still wide awake. She can't fall asleep. Zayne, She wonders how many new looming shadows he got in the past 5 years. She's not sure if he's still the person she once knew so well. How did she know him well? She did not know him well. She visited him at his clinic and bothered him while he quietly ignored her. Nap time, exactly like it says in the prison schedule, right? What's his goal? Will he use the solution to save people? Would it be naive of me to assume that maybe he wants to profit from this too? Restless and anxious, she tosses and turns in bed. Something under her pillow digs into her cheek. She lifts her pillow and finds the box of candy she took from Zayne's office. That's the one assumption that she's made that is maybe kind of decent, right? That is like, maybe he's just also intending to use the cure to profit. But like, what are these other assumptions? He was her vet. He told her about him being a vampire. Yes. I mean, he's still that. She lifts up her pillow and finds a box of candy she took from Zayne's office. It's tasty. As the sweetness floods her mouth, her suspicions about him slowly melt away. Dude, it's nap time. Should we be giving her candy? Someone with a sweet tooth can't be a villain, right? Getting close to someone and digging up information is child's play for her. Is it? Ah, day 2. Yeah! That was the first day! That was one day. Everything was in one day. This story has some pacing problems. It's yard time. In the surveillance camera's blind spot, she rubs her wrist and nudges the predator's inmate she took down aside with her foot. Then she extends her hand to Levi, who's huddled in the corner. All right, I dealt with all of them. You can get up now. She notices a syringe she's trying to hide. Chuckling, she takes it from him and turns it over in her hands. Frenzy enhancer. One shot turns a predator into a raging powerhouse. It's the go-to choice for a prison break. Giving out frenzy enhancer in prison? You live up to your reputation for being an ever employee. But you're terrible at this. Your clients are threatening you before you settle on a price. You suck at being a drug dealer.
당신이 뭔데 참견이야?
What is this to you?
이제 수사관도 아니면서
You're not even an enforcer anymore.
생각하지 마.
So you have no right to touch me. Of course I won't lay a finger on you, but... She turns Levi around and directs his attention to Zayne, who's sitting nearby. She hasn't earned his trust in 2 days, right? At least not yet. She is just, you know, harassing him, I guess. No one talking about the hot prisoner walking around in full... I know, right? God. The same can't be said about him. Did he know? He got himself thrown in here so he could kill you. As Zayne looks over, she meets his gaze and silently urges him to play along with the story she made up to win Levi's trust. Why not tell him the story before you start enacting the plan?
뭐 하려는 거야?
What are you intending to do? I trust our psychic connection. Oh my god. Isn't it obvious? I threw myself into a cell to protect you. She leans towards Levi's ear and makes sure her words are oozed with sincerity. How do you ooze with sincerity? Even though you're a predator, Ever hasn't given up on you. Ah, she's gonna pretend to be working with Ever. Levi remains on high alert. I'm autistic. I don't even understand verbal connection. A made-up story isn't enough to lower his guard. It'll take a while for her to win his trust and get him to talk about the list of names she needs. Meanwhile, Zayne uses his authority as warden and orders a crackdown on Frenzy Enhancer in the prison. He's subtly pushing Levi into a corner. Okay, so we're skipping. This is summarizing again. She bides her time. It won't be long until Levi comes to her. However, she didn't anticipate things to go the way they did. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's going on over there?
또 누가 광폭화제를 써서 탈옥하려고 했나 봐요.
It seems like someone's trying to break out with Frenzy Enhancer again.
그 물건은 아주 유물이에요.
That stuff is
전에
bad.
한번 맞았다가 하마터면 의식을 잃고 괴물이 될 뻔했다.
I tried it once and turned into a
내가
monster.
스스로 잘 통제해서 다행이었죠.
Luckily, I managed to keep it together. She's about to ignore the whole thing until she sees Zayne standing in the crowd. She hesitates before deciding to approach him. As she gets closer, bone-chilling cold envelops her. A shiver runs down her spine. Oh! A razor-sharp icicle erupts from the ground and impales the inmate driven insane by the Frenzy Enhancer. Zayne! The fuck? Another casual murder. A swarm of prison guards rushes to the scene with weapons and riot shields. They quickly form an impenetrable barrier around the exit. Zayne glances at the predators lying on the ground. Then his gaze shifts to the one still standing.
당신 대체 어느 쪽이야? 포식자야? 아니면 인간들의 앞잡이야?
Yeah, no one recognizes the power, right? Whose side are you on? Are you one of us or just a puppet?
포식자면 왜 우릴 죽이는 거야?
If you're on our side, why are you killing us? Oh, sorry. If you're a predator, why are you killing us?
여기서 나가야겠어.
I swear I'm getting out of here. Or I have to get out of here. The frenzied inmate injects the frenzy enhancer into his neck. Ew! He can't handle the violent stimulation and is overwhelmed by the sudden surge of strength. He falls to his knees, but in the next second, it's as if an invisible force yanks him open. Oh, sorry, yanks him up. Oh, thank God. Sorry, oh my God. My misreading of that was so much worse. Okay, yanks him up. I don't know why I read it as open. My brain. Sorry, guys. Like a zombie, he lunges at Zayne. Yeah, the powers that literally no one else has, right? This is crazy. All the predator inmates have backed away. They leave Zayne alone as he stands in a grisly scene of ice and blood. Wary, surprised, and murderous gazes are fixated on Zayne. The air crackles with tension. He could become the target of their collective wrath at any moment. A voice inside her screams that she has to get him out. She can't leave him here. Zayne! When Zayne sees her, his emotionless expression flickers for a moment.
여기 있지 마요.
Don't just stand there. Wait. She grabs his wrist and pulls him away from the chaotic mess. What is happening? Was that unintentional? Dodging the watchful eyes of the prison guards, she decides to lead Zayne to his office. Because that's not suspicious. It's the safest place she can think of. I mean, yeah, I guess, but... Wow, way to blow his cover. After guiding him through the corridors of what feels like an eternity, she realizes she doesn't know how to get to his office from here. Oh, thank God. Saved by her incompetence.
감옥 구경시켜주려는 거예요?
Are you giving me a tour of the
차라리
prison?
내가 구경시켜줄게요.
I should give you a tour instead. Are you flirting with her? In this moment? This is insanity. I can't leave him to be a target for the prisoner. I should also make myself a target. Yeah. Oh my God. This is insane. This is just poor decision upon poor decision. It's late. The prison's still reeling from the recent incident. It's steeped into an uneasy silence. Then gets horny after doing a murder? I guess so. From the top of the okay. From the top of the watchtower, she gazes down at the courtyard. The chaos from earlier seems small and distant. You probably have a target on your back now. Everyone will be watching you and waiting for an opportunity to strike. She's not in the mood to appreciate the night scenery. Instead, she leans against the railing as she looks at Zayne.
사람들이 보는 앞에서 나를 끌고 간 당신 처지도 비슷할 텐데요.
Yeah, and by dragging me away in front of everyone, you're in the same boat now. But I'm close to getting my hands on that list. This whole thing will be over soon.
그렇다면 축하해요. 곧 자유를 되찾을 수 있겠군요.
Then congratulations, you'll be free soon. She shakes her head. What is this why is he so calm after all the murder? There's no real freedom here. The city before them is like a scale model. The northern and southern districts are divided as two distinct cages within the same skyline. Zayne, is there a place you'd like to see? Have you ever thought about leaving Lincoln?
아니요.
No. Although she had a feeling he'd say that, hearing it still makes her wryly smile. You have a knack for shutting down conversations. It's quiet for a bit, then she takes a step towards him. Her feet touch Zayne's shadow. When this is all over, do you want to leave with me? Dude, this is...
어디로 갈 건데요?
Where will you go? This is Batman. Like the Batman, as in the movie The Batman with Robert Pattinson. This scene... I recognize this scene. I haven't really thought about it that much, but I know I won't be staying in Lincoln. Maybe she'll head to a small remote town. It'll be a place without any predators. As she ponders this, Zayne asks another question.
수사국에서 5년 동안 쫓아다닌 킬러를 실제로 잡게 되면 어떻게 될까요?
The romantic confession scene. Too bad Zayne can't hear the music. Yeah. He's missing the cues. Okay, what did he just say? What do you think the LCBI will do once they catch a serial killer they've been chasing after for 5 years? Interrogation, detention, trial, and conviction. The specific charges would determine the final outcome.
좋은 결과는 아닐 것 같군요.
It won't end well for him. But the LCBI is full of cowards. I'm the only one who would dare to go after you.
그런가요?
Is that so? He didn't deny it's him. She doesn't know the answer. She notices his slightly downcast gaze and realizes something. She may not be able to take him with her. She looks away and gazes at the southern district in the distance where Oxo Clinic is located. You want to end this as a guilty man? Or would you rather leave your past behind and start anew? He doesn't answer, or maybe his response is carried away by the wind that howls around them. Dude, it must be cold up there. His nipples must be like real small right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is just what my brain thinks of. After the small riot, they become the most feared individuals in the entire prison. Levi should have felt the same way. However, the rapport they built over the past few months is what solidifies his trust in her. Maybe seeing Zayne kill a predator also got to him. Maybe. The next morning, he gives her the list of names she's after. And just like that, she finishes her task. Oh my god. It's been months. Months of what? Oh god. At lunch, she places a carrot on Zayne's tray. It's a signal they agreed upon. Anyway, moving on. Yet as they sit across from each other, she finds herself wishing their farewell could be delayed for a little while longer.
공구공호 교도소장님의 신문이다.
It's so random that the signal is like, here's a carrot, because it's like, to anyone else looking, it would be like, why are you flirting with him? You know what I mean? Whatever. I guess they're a couple. Maybe to everyone else, they're like, yeah, that's that crazy couple. We should stay away from them. Oh, 9:05, it's time for the warden's interrogation.
이번엔 분명 죽겠군.
As night falls, Zayne summons her to the interrogation room using his authority as warden. It's all part of the plan. What is with the cat calling? Oh my god. Once the guard's footsteps fade, she easily slips out of her restraints again. What is that chair? Wait a minute. What is that cage? What are we doing? There are rumors about her escaping the warden's interrogations unscathed, but this is her first time in the interrogation room. While waiting for Zayne, she paces back and forth. Her attention is drawn to the array of interrogation tools mounted on the walls. No wonder Zayne has such a fearsome reputation. He has a wide variety of gadgets. Handcuffs, whips. What's this? I haven't seen anything like that before.
고문틀이에요.
It's a clamp. Nipple clamp? Guys, I can't proceed. I'm scared. She turns around and sees Zayne standing right behind her. He has entered the interrogation room without making a sound.
평소에는 죄수의 손가락에 끼워서 고통을 가하는 용도로 쓰이죠.
Okay, it's used to clamp a prisoner's finger so it can inflict intense pain. What's a not typical use for it?
벽에 걸어놓고 장식품으로 써요.
It can be hung on the wall as a decoration. Why are they flirting? As he speaks, he takes a seat at a table off to the side. Only then does she notice the steaming hot food that will serve as a midnight snack. Is that supposed to be my last meal?
좋을 대로 생각해요.
You can call it whatever you feel like. Having what could potentially be my last meal while surrounded by torture devices, this is definitely a first. With a slight smile, she relays the name Levi has given her to Zayne. Once she finishes listing everything, an unusual silence falls over the interrogation room. It's only broken by the occasional simmering from the soup. They're having a romantic sad dinner in the kinky torture. This is a crazy premise. Zayne actually knows how to torture people, take notes. Yeah. At least this Zayne
내일이면
does.
포식자 통제를 위한 수정법안 제7조가 공포돼요.
Seventh provision.
포식자 조직에서 이미 범죄 예고를 보내왔어요.
Okay, I'm just going to read. The seventh provision, which discusses the containment of predators, will be in effect starting tomorrow. Certain predator organizations have already issued warnings about their retaliation. This gets worse. How?
내일이 지나면 임천시도 더 이상 안전하지 않을
So from
거예요.
tomorrow, Lincoln will no longer be a safe place. I'll wait until the chaos dies down before...
그러니까 당신은 내일이 오기 전에 떠나야 해요.
So you need to leave before then. What she was about to say dies in her throat. She sighs, nods, and swallows the rest of her words. If I abruptly leave, the inmates will think I died during the warden's interrogation.
적당한 죄명을 지어줄게요.
I'll fabricate a plausible charge for you. 5 years ago, I never could have imagined that I'd leave Lincoln as a criminal. Back then, She blinks. 5 years felt like an eternity. Really? Because it was really fast for us. She can barely recall why she went to the northern district in the first place. I thought that by becoming an enforcer, then operations section manager, and eventually bureau chief, I could make Lincoln a slightly better place. Looking back, I see how incredibly naive those thoughts were.
어떤 일들은 그렇게 수월하게 달성할 수가 없어요.
Some things aren't that easy to accomplish. You told me the same thing 5 years ago. It's been like an
하지만
hour.
문제는 나도 당신처럼 순진하게 생각했어요.
I think I was just as naive as you back then. Lost in his memory, Zayne lowers his head with a faint smile. As he recalls the past, his features appear noticeably softer. I mean, this is very sweet. This whole thing is very sweet, but also like, what the fuck?
전에 진료소에서 나도 치료제를 개발하면 모든 게 해결될 거라고 생각했어요.
When I still worked at the clinic.
하지만 정신변이가 가져온 영향은 이미 생리적인 범주를 벗어났고 임천 씨가 둘로 나뉜 이유도 이 변이 때문만은 아니에요.
Okay, sorry. When I worked at the clinic, I believed the solution would solve everything, but the effects of the mental anomalies has long since transcended the physical realm. Lincoln City was split in two, not just because of the mutations. Yeah, there are social repercussions to this. Fair, right? Yeah, this scene is actually pretty nice by itself, right? If you just forget all the craziness that led to it. I'm not just out to fix the global outbreak. I'm gonna fix society. He's the Batman. He's literally the Batman. Is that why you chose to become the warden? She had to say it like the Batman too. Okay. She picks up her drink and gently clings it against the rim of Zayne's glass. I'm okay. To who we were 5 years ago.
5년 전의 우리를 위하여.
To who we were 5 years ago. That was a cute laugh. Her farewell with Zayne is as serene as she had anticipated. After finishing their meal, they climbed the watchtower once more. They silently watched the last traces of the skyline. For the past few months, she felt like she had stepped into a snow globe where time was frozen. Months! You thought she was gonna click. Oh my god. It wasn't until after she left the prison that she realized winter had silently crept into Lincoln City. At home, she found herself in another snow globe of sorts. She rarely went outside for weeks. She lost herself in travel websites as she searched for a new place to call home. Several months later, breaking news appeared on every major news outlet. Ever had collapsed, and in its demise... My god, they are just skipping through! Ever had collapsed, and in its demise, the solution capable of curing the predators was made public. A long-standing barrier was finally crumbling. She knew Zayne was involved with this. As people flooded the streets, a photographer captured a poignant moment. An ordinary citizen and a predator tightly embracing each other. How? That night, she receives a special delivery. It's a folder containing her prisoner information, the new identity Zayne prepared for her, and a voice recorder that can prove her innocence. The new life she yearned for had finally arrived. She just quietly stayed in the background while Zayne handled all of this, right? That's basically what happened. All right. The day before she leaves Lincoln City, she can't resist dialing the number Zayne gave her 5 years ago. She knows no one will answer it. For the past 5 years, she only heard the lifeless beep of a busy signal whenever she called. But even if she only heard that, she still wants to listen to it one more time before she leaves. To her surprise, the call actually goes through this time.
무슨 일이죠?
What is it? It's nothing. I just looked at the file. You came up with an impressive crime for me. She skirts around the real reason for her call. She idly flips through the files as she tries to sound lighthearted.
교도소장을 암살하려다가 현장에서 즉살됐죠.
You attempted to assassinate the warden, so you were killed on the spot.
어차피
In any
외부인들이
case,
보는 교도소장은 포악하고
the public
제멋대로의
sees him as a
악랄한
cruel, ruthless
사람이니
individual.
다들 진실인지는 의심하지 않을 거예요.
No one would question the authenticity of the charge. I guess I contributed to the warden's fearsome reputation. But aren't you worried about blowing your cover as a serial killer? What will the warden do in that scenario? The other end of the call is silent for a few seconds. When Zayne speaks again, he changes the subject.
임천실 떠날 건가요?
When are you leaving Lincoln? I'll be on a plane tomorrow morning. He has no intention of telling her anything else.
어디에 정착할 건지 생각은 해뒀고요.
Have you decided on where you'll settle down? Yes. It's a small city that's far from Lincoln. The winters are long there, but it's somehow always warm. That is a crazy sentence. She carefully chooses her words, but she really wants to ask if there will be a second reunion for them.
아주 좋은 곳이겠네요.
It'll be a nice place. Knowing he won't give her a definitive answer, she can't bring herself to ask about their future. The words never leave her lips, even as their conversation comes to an end. But we haven't gotten to, I think, what should be the kindled moment. So, Winter definitely wasn't a metaphor. Her flight has been delayed until this evening. Thanks to the delay, she gets a call from her ex-subordinate. It's related to the warden. All of Lincoln is in an uproar because of it. What happened? The warden, Zayne, is actually the SSS class predator serial killer Galen, whom authorities have been pursuing. Yeah, you knew that. As the perpetrator responsible for the deaths of multiple citizens, Zayne's trial will be conducted with all of Lincoln watching. A new era is on the horizon, and his execution will herald its beginning. It's a self-sacrifice. I know, they still have her number. Like, what? I thought she was in hiding. No one asked for this, right? Why would a serial killer they couldn't catch for 5 years be only exposed today? Unless... Yeah, why? Forcing herself to calm down, she leaves her home, but her pace quickens until she breaks into a run. She needs to see Zayne one last time. She needs to hear the truth from him. She needs to know, can he actually end everything without regrets? Oh my god. The self-sacrifice. I know! Why do you need to kill the Batman? While she's no longer an enforcer, flashing her old badge is enough to get her past the unsuspecting guards. God, they are dumb. No one is good at their jobs. I want to get publicly flogged. She navigates through the prison's corridors on a path she's walked countless times before. She makes her way up to the second floor. Zayne has shut himself away in the interrogation room. It's the very same one where they say goodbye. He's interrogating himself? Wow, he's got a cute butt. She was an infamous for signing the whole thing. She was popular. I know. I know. No one is good at their job. Oh my god. Hearing her enter. He turns around, surprise flashes across his face before his typical calm demeanor appears.
오늘 아침 비행기였던 걸로 기억하는데요.
I remember you saying that you'd be on a plane this morning. So you deliberately waited until it was evening to release the news. That way I wouldn't find out.
그쪽이 여기 나타났다는 건 내 계획이 실패했다는 의미겠죠.
Since you're here, it means that my plan has failed. Your plan? Her throat tightens. She's not sure if what she feels is anger, but her fists are so tightly clenched that they start to hurt. You never intended to survive this. You've been planning to end it all, including yourself.
TV, 신문, 라디오에서 광고하던데요. 새로운 시대가 곧 시작될 거라고.
He decided to be the symbolic death Dude. Every TV channel, newspaper, and radio station is announcing it. A new era will arrive with the breaking dawn. Dawnbreaker! Dawnbreaker referenced. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Zayne definitely didn't tell, he didn't want her there. So yeah, for sure, it was not planned. Like, this is crazy. It's too late. I've already arranged for my own hot execution, not without me. Oh, God.
임천 씨가 정상으로 돌아가려면 과거의 사륙과 죄악은 모두 근절되어야 해요.
Lincoln is being set on the correct path. The murders and crimes of the past must also be eliminated. This is so the Batman.
그 시대의 죄인들이 마땅히 어떤 벌을 받아야 하는지 그쪽도 수사관으로서 잘 알고 있을 텐데요.
I thought that you as an enforcer, sorry, would understand that criminals must be punished for their past deeds. The criminals have been punished. The predators and ordinary people will get to live in peace, and Lincoln City will be ushered into a new era. But what about you? She takes a step forward, toward him to close the distance. Their heavy breaths mingle in the air between them. Zayne, have you gained anything from this? He doesn't answer. She takes another step. Don't you want anything in this life? Stop talking about Lincoln, the virus, and the solution. What I want to know is related to you, Zayne. Have you ever wanted anything for yourself?
그런 걸 물어보려고 온 건가요?
Is that all you want to ask? What if I say yes? Will you answer me then? She looks up at him. They're so close to each other that their shadows merge into one. She's about to take another step when Zayne suddenly furrows his brow. Grimacing, he turns away. Oh,
이제 가야죠.
you should go now. No, I won't leave until you answer me. But Zayne, are you... Noticing Zayne's unusual expression, she grabs his wrist. His skin is burning hot to the touch. He injected himself with the Omega virus. I mean, what? He's about to go into a frenzy.
가라고 했을 텐데요.
I told you to go. No, I refuse. She walks away and locks the door to the interrogation room. She is insane. They said that when a predator goes into a frenzy, the desire to have what they truly want overwhelms them. He's about to go into heat. All right. Zayne, have you ever gone into a frenzy before?
아니야. 난 내 자신을 제어할 줄 알아요.
No, I know how to control myself. You implanted an activator in yourself, didn't you? He's been faking heat suppressors for 5+ years. Yeah, he definitely, the activator is definitely a heat suppressant.
그래도 내가 앞에 있는 사람을 물지 않는다는 보장은 없어요.
But that doesn't mean a predator like me won't harm the person in front of them. I won't become a predator.
죽을 수는 있죠.
But you could die. You already killed me once before. You accused me of trying to assassinate the warden. I haven't gotten the chance to see if I could actually do it. She grabs the chains hanging from the ceiling of the interrogation room and wraps them around Zayne's wrist. Do you have to restrain yourself all the time? Oh my god. Okay. I mean, the themes are there with how Zayne is normally, right? Zayne is all about restraint and holding back so that he doesn't hurt her, right? And I feel like, and carrying out like a particular duty. And I feel like that is rather like, you know, haphazardly in this card, but it is still carried through into this warden character, right? I do think they could have done a better job of like, I think, expressing that instead of her just kind of saying that all at the end, like, you know, like, don't you want anything for yourself? Like, isn't like do you ever let go, right? Because that is a very common theme, right, with his character. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate they keep that theme, and this is very on, all of this is very on brand for Zayne. All of this is very on brand for Zayne. But yeah, the execution is a little bit nuts. And the execution is insane. She's insane. She really is. She's the reason Zayne got banned from YouTube. Oh god.
내가 그랬으면 좋겠어요.
Is that what you hope for me? No, at least that's not what I want right now. It's on theme, but she's still drugging him into... I know. She takes the muzzle from the wall and secures it around Zayne. He doesn't resist and allows her to restrain him. She has no idea what's going on in his head. Do you have any idea what's going on in your head? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? But she'll find out soon enough. Zayne grabs another chain and hands it to her. As he does this, she notices his gaze becoming more intense. His breathing is more ragged. Here we go, guys.
한 사람의 족쇄를 깨고 싶으면
You're trying to break someone's chain.
두려워하지 말아요.
Don't be afraid of the danger they bring. Wasn't I supposed to die here anyway? Oh, she's not voiced? We're climaxing, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we've reached the climax of the story. Inject the frenzy enhancer. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. You should be more careful.
더 주의했어야죠.
I wasn't paying attention, so I think we failed one. You still want to get closer? Am I doing it wrong? Am I supposed to like let go like before it hits it or something?
계속 다가오려는 건가요?
It's possible to fail this. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing, so I will fail this. Click it. Oh, I just click? I thought I was supposed to press. As her consciousness... It's okay, we'll redo it if we fail. As her consciousness begins to fade, she feels a searing kiss on her lips. I think I just failed it though. We'll just have to redo it. He seems to be saying something, but she can't hear his words. Oh, we get two endings. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing. She's not sure how much time has passed before the pain from her bite wound jolts her awake again. She finds herself alone in the interrogation room. Zayne is gone. Oops, we failed. Unable to find him, she has no choice but to leave the prison. She catches her delayed flight and bids farewell to Lincoln City, her childhood home. She settles down in a small town and focuses on finding a quieter life. She never sees Zayne again. She avoids any news reports that are related to him. So long as she doesn't look, he might still exist in this world. Snow greets the small town for the winter. Frost blooms on her window and obscures the scenery outside. The muddled sight reminds her of when her vision blurred after Zayne bit her. I'm so sorry. Suddenly she recalls what Zayne said to her in the interrogation room. Goodbye. Listen, I'm not good at this, okay? We'll do it again. Yeah, I figured the first ending would be like probably more canonical, but listen, we know that I'm a failure, okay? We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
한 사람의 족쇄를 깨고
Okay, we'll try again. We'll try again.
그가 가져올 위험을
I don't know what the commands are. It looked like I was supposed to hold. The quick time event. Okay. I'm not good at this. We're gonna let Zayne die by accident.
물러나요.
Stay back. How far will you go? Oh, whoops.
어디까지 해야
Yeah, how far will you go?
만족할 거죠?
Until you're satisfied. Oh.
계속하다간 내가 당신한테 무슨 짓을 할지
If you
몰라요.
keep this up, I don't know what I'll do to you. You're only gonna hurt yourself more by fighting to stay in control.
광폭 과제 나한테 쓰려는 건가요?
Frenzy enhancer, you're intending to use it on me? Yes, the warden should be well, whatever. Okay, inject. Ew! Stop holding yourself back. You only make it worse. He's already going insane and MC is like, here, let me make it worse. I know, right? Like, what is happening? Examine his body. Listen, I'm trying, okay? I don't really know how to move things. Okay. Are we supposed to poke him here? Oh! She's on his lap now. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you.
날 복종시키려면
If you want me to submit. Oh, he bit her anyway!
내가 원하는 걸 먼저 얻게 해줘야죠.
Let me take what I desire first. Oh my god.
그건 직접 찾아보지 그래요.
Why don't you find out for yourself? She's fighting to keep the drug off the streets, and this one she's using it to F Zayne. Honestly, yeah. If a
한눈 팔지 마요.
tap or swipe to examine his body.
날 무시하는 거예요. 아니면 갖고 노는 거예요.
What am I supposed to do?
맛만 봐서는 부족하겠죠.
Am I supposed to get away from him? Keep her hand on his heart. Where is his heart?
계속 만지려고 하지 않았나요?
I don't know where. I don't know what's happening.
계속 만지려고 하지 않았나요?
Okay. There? Wait, where is his heart supposed to be? Higher. Higher. Oh, oops. Higher. 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 No. We're gonna die. We're gonna This is bad. It's hard to do this with, I think... It's really hard to do this without... Oh. Oh. What am I clicking?
이제 마지막 단계만 남았어요.
It's really hard to... Oh my god. It's not as like... I don't know!
주스가 되든 집에서가 되든
Master? What is this position?
여길 떠나지 마요.
I'm so... The angles. I was so flustered. Master orders you to live, right? Winter returns once more. As she watches the light snow fall outside her window, it dawns on her. Another year has passed since Zayne and she last parted ways in that interrogation room. In the aftermath of that day, she walked away on her own. The bitter truth that she couldn't take him with her. She'd known that all along. Even when he confessed that she was what he wanted, it wouldn't have stopped him. It'd always been this way. Deep down, she'd known it from the start. After moving to this small town, she severed almost all ties with Lingan City. She made a conscious effort to avoid... Am I getting the bad ending again? To avoid any news about him too. She convinced herself that if she couldn't see anything about him, she wouldn't have to think about him. Then this morning, someone told her that a new doctor in town had opened a small clinic called Oxo just a few blocks away. Okay, so this is the good ending. She rushes home, snatches up her pet turtle from its crazy sunbathing spot. Or cozy. Sorry. Cozy sunbathing spot and dashes off to Oxo. After a year apart, the silhouette she yearned for is finally before her once more.
무슨 일이죠?
Oh! He's still got the mullet. Dr. Zayne, I think my pet turtle might be sick. It's been really lethargic. It doesn't even want to sunbathe anymore. Can you take a look at it? Trying to hide the fact that she's breathless from her sprint, she stands in front of him. Her gaze lands on his face.
죄송하지만 아가씨.
I'm sorry,
이번엔
ma'am.
사람을 위한 진료소를 열었어요.
But this clinic only treats human patients. I see. She brought the goddamn relationship turtle. I know. Detecting a hint of amusement in his voice, she can't help but mirror his smile. Oh, well, I think I'm coming down with something. Would you mind giving me a checkup? Oh my god. They're oddly cute. Like, they are cute, but it's insane. In the evening, she returns with a bag of snacks from the store. The kitchen light is on, and Zayne is cooking steak. Her turtle watches him through the glass partition between the doorway and the kitchen. I'm home. Wait, home? She peeks into the kitchen. Zayne stops what he's doing and faces her.
식탁에 있는 케이크 좀 잘라줘요.
You can cut the cake. That's on the dining room table. What's the occasion? She walks over to the dining table where a freshly baked cake sits. Its enticingly sweet aroma permeates the room.
오늘은 중요한 날이거든요.
Today is a special day. An important day. The cake is inscribed with the words Happy New Beginning or Miyong.
새로운 삶을 축하해요.
Well, congratulations on your new life. Okay, so that was... Okay, we finished both. I need to, like, redo all of the kindled parts because I was way too, like, panicked. And way too flustered by the sudden positions. Wow. And thus, Zayne cured the zombie apocalypse, got drugged for his own good, escaped his own execution that he set up for himself, and got his medical degree in record time. This is insane. And they lived happily ever after with their turtle, I guess. It's not the best written work ever, but it was like very entertaining. I feel like what they're really good at doing with the story for this, in this particular story, because we have actually seen very good Zayne stories. Like Misty Invasion, like Zayne's card was so good. So I feel like with this one, it's like, I feel like honestly, they're just really out of their element. I don't think that they're used to writing a story like this for Zayne. Whoever Zayne's writing team is, I feel like they're not used to writing a story like this with Zayne, which makes sense because he's not this kind of character. But considering that they were kind of rushing through the parts that they clearly just didn't know how to handle, what they made really stick, and I think they did very effectively, was mostly the banter between them, and also the very sweet dialogue moments, right? They do a decent job with some of the dialogue writing when it's just the two of them in very isolated scenes, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense when you look at the thing as a whole, right? So yeah, the main problem is Zayne isn't into bondage. Yeah, he's just not this kind of character. He's just not this. Yeah, he's just not this type. So I think it was probably very hard to write him in this role and make any part of it like convincing. But they did do, I think, they did make an effort to remember, well, here are his themes. It's about restraint, it's about control and protection, and that's the love line that you have with him. And I feel like they did a good job of carrying that over in the best way that they knew how. But yeah, by also rushing everything else. It was very rushed. Yeah, I'm so sorry I let him die. I mean, he didn't die on the spot, but yeah. I don't know the commands. I don't know how they work. I clearly don't read this. I clearly don't play this game. Okay, all right. I can't wait to edit this and post it later. All right. Like and don't subscribe.